Is this a new chapter of African freedom, or the beginning of a new dependency? Once the golden heart of West Africa quietly pumped wealth into European markets. But now, the rules have changed. Burkina Faso, a land rich in gold, copper, and untapped mineral reserves, has drawn a red line in the sand. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the country has torn up the old playbook and is writing a new one. And Europe is not on the first page. In April 2025, Prime Minister Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo stood before the nation and declared what many in Brussels feared: we are taking back our mines. This wasn't just political theater, it was real. Two major gold mines, once controlled by the powerful Endeavour, mining a company with Western ties, were nationalized. The state-owned company, SOPAMIB, took over, and with it came a bold message: Burkina Faso will no longer be a resource hub controlled by outsiders. But here's where it gets even more dramatic. The country passed a new mining code, one that slashed permit durations in half, from 20 years to just 10. One that handed the government up to 30% control in any mining project without paying a single cent. And one that funneled a portion of mining profits directly into military defense and local development. Europe, once a quiet beneficiary of Burkina Faso's gold, now finds itself locked out while new players are stepping in fast. One of them, Russia. Yes, Russian company Nordgold has already been granted fresh mining licenses. What used to be a quiet EU stronghold is quickly becoming a red and gold zone of Russian influence. This bold move by Traoré's government has shaken the EU's grip on West Africa. And with Burkina Faso cutting diplomatic and security ties, Brussels isn't just losing gold, it's losing leverage. So the questions remain. Is Russia genuinely helping Burkina Faso, or simply replacing the West in exploiting African wealth? And most importantly, what's next for Burkina Faso? Here's a clear breakdown of what Burkina Faso has gained and lost by cutting ties with the European Union. We will start with what Burkina Faso has gained. 1. Resource sovereignty. Control over its mining sector through nationalization and new laws that give the state up to 30% ownership in foreign mining operations. The creation of the state-owned mining company, SOPAMIB, strengthens domestic influence over gold and mineral wealth. 2. Strategic partnerships, closer ties with Russia, which is now providing military assistance, technical support, and mining collaboration. Diversification of foreign relations beyond Western influence, aligning more with anti-Western blocs like the BRICS+. 3. Ideological independence, stronger national identity, rejecting perceived Western neocolonialism. A sense of political and economic self-determination under Traoré's revolutionary leadership. 4. Public support and youth mobilization. Gained public approval for standing up to former colonial powers. Young Burkinab increasingly view Traoré as a pan-African figure, challenging the status quo. Now let's see what Burkina Faso has lost after making this bold decision. 1. Development aid, loss of EU development funding, which had supported infrastructure, education, and health programs. Suspension or withdrawal of EU-backed NGOs and humanitarian assistance in some areas. 2. Security support. Speaking of security support, was there even one? Well, let's see what EU decided. termination or freezing of EU military training missions, such as those under the EU's Common Security and Defense Policy, reduced intelligence sharing and counter-terrorism cooperation with European countries. 3. Trade and investment opportunities, decline in direct European investment due to nationalization risks and political instability. Fewer exports to the EU and potential isolation from certain regional trade initiatives linked to European interests. 4. Diplomatic strain, limited access to European diplomatic channels, and influence in multilateral negotiations involving the West. Potential visa restrictions and decreased support for Burkinabe citizens and students in EU countries. So, what do you think? If the EU truly believed in African independence, why does it panic when a country like Burkina Faso claims its own resources? Is Russia genuinely helping Burkina Faso, or simply replacing the West in exploiting African wealth? How will the loss of African gold and minerals reshape Europe's future? Could this be the EU's greatest blind spot yet? Will history remember Ibrahim Traore as a revolutionary, or as the man who opened the door to a new form of foreign control? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this matter, as we look forward to seeing you on our next video.